Raise your hand if you've ever caught a fish. Awesome. So most of you know the exciting feeling of finally reeling in a catch. What do you think about? If you're a skilled angler, you're probably thinking about the fight. If you're like me, you're probably just excited that there's something other than bait at the end of your line. But do you ever contemplate what drove that fish to take the bait? Was it hungry? Was it naive? What about its personality? Laugh if you want, but fish have personalities. Might not be like yours or mine, but they exhibit repeatable behaviors across contexts. And these behaviors are best measured on a boldness continuum. So some fish are more bold, active, and aggressive, and others are more shy, inactive, and timid. So who cares? Why does it matter if fish have personalities? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but I'm going to focus on a few. First, bold fish are more likely to be caught by anglers. And this is important because if we're selecting for a specific personality by removing bold fish more often than shy fish, then we might ultimately end up with populations full of shy fish. And this can have a lot of implications for population dynamics like reproduction. Additionally, it's thought that bold individuals might be better dispersers. So in light of things like climate change, we may be harming a population by removing individuals that are more likely to colonize elsewhere. So, if those aren't enough reasons to care about whether or not a fish is bold or shy, what if I told you that an individual's personality may affect the outcome of your next fishing trip? Research shows that catch and release oriented sport fish populations may alter their behavior to avoid future capture. And if this is true, if fish are altering their behavior to avoid the negative stimulus of being caught and released, then perhaps this has something to do with their personality. If a bold fish is more likely to get caught, is it also more likely to get repeatedly caught? What about shy fish? These are the questions that my master's research is hoping to shed some light on. To do this, we set up a series of experiments in the lab with individual rock bass, and they go through behavioral tests to determine their individual personalities. Then they are fished over 7 consecutive days to see if they alter their behavior and to avoid the negative stimulus of being caught. We hope to see that we are using different treatments. So in some cases we have waxworms, and then in some cases we have a lure with a waxworm to attempt to tease out what complicates and what facilitates learning. Additionally, we're looking at hunger to see its overall role in the process. Hopefully at the outcome of my research, we'll have a better idea of how these individuals respond to the negative stimulus of being caught and released, whether that or not that has anything to do with their individual personalities. And maybe the next time you go fishing, you'll be a little bit more curious about what drove the fish on the end of your line to take the bait. Thank you.